This episode is brought to you by Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is the ultimate all-out warfare experience. Rip through the skies in aerial dogfights. Demolish your surroundings for a strategic advantage. Harness complete control over every action and movement using the kinesthetic combat system. Drop into multiplayer with your squad, or fight furiously as a member of the Dagger 1-3 squad in a gritty, adrenaline-fueled single-player campaign where you'll defend a world on the edge of collapse.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Healthcare professionals can lead their careers with LinkedIn. Discover jobs by specialty, preferred shifts, and even desired salary. From mental health therapists to radiology technicians, it's now faster and easier for healthcare professionals to find the right fit. Learn more at linkedin.com/healthcare. Side effects may include faster job placement, improved work-life balance, and increased career satisfaction.
Well, hello, it's Stephen Rothberg. I am the founder and chief visionary officer of College Recruiter, where we believe that every student and recent grad deserves a great career and that it should be easy and inexpensive for employers to hire them. Welcome to episode 44 of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, and the other co-host is...
Peter Zollman. You always make me laugh with the chief visionary officer. That's like a title for, I don't have much to do around here anymore, but I want to keep my name on the door, and I've turned it over to somebody else.
We all rise to our own levels of incompetency.
Yeah, well, thinking of you as a visionary probably means you've risen to your level of incompetence. You brought in some corporate nepotism today. Brad Boggs, he works for you. I don't know what that's all about, but Brad, why don't you give us 15 seconds, 20 seconds on who you are, and then we'll talk about diversity and we'll talk about job boards and whether there really is a role for job boards going forward, because we all have views on that. And take it away.
Sure. Good morning. Thanks for having me. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. So as you mentioned, I'm president and chief operating officer of College Recruiter, working alongside Stephen. We operate a global job board and a programmatic solution that helps employers hire early career candidates with 0 to 5 years of experience, very much at scale. So our business lives at the intersection of early career where it meets high volume hiring.
Hey, don't forget, working alongside Stephen, and more importantly, Faith, right? Or is she just chief retired officer now?
She keeps us all balanced for sure.
Yeah. So you worked in diversity hiring.
Mm-hmm.
There have been a lot of changes in diversity hiring in the past few years, and it seems like right now it's sort of on the outs. What's going on with diversity hiring? And then we'll get to College Recruiter and the crux of the matter, which is what should job boards be doing to move ahead?
Sure. Yeah, that's a big question. I started in the job board space back in 2006 when the sales director for a niche job board company called LatPro found my resume on monster.com, of all places. I was hired for a sales role selling job postings, recruitment advertising, basically to employers hiring Hispanics and bilingual professionals. Shortly after that, the Great Recession hit. It was a tough few years for all of us. They retained me, and coming out of that, we really understood we needed to diversify the business and grow something else. So at that time, we had diversityjobs.com, basically just a domain that we owned that became the future of our company. Coming out of the Great Recession, we realized we needed to pivot, to raise our ceiling. So we created a packaged product that helped employers hire all diverse and underrepresented candidates, not just historically Hispanics and bilinguals, which is what our company was initially founded upon. So we scaled that into a really nice business, but really the defining moment for us was being an early adopter of a programmatic solution to make sure we actually produced results, real applicants, interviews, hires for our customers who cared about diversity hiring. Now, the timing of we were ultimately acquired by Circa in March 2021. Circa HR tech compliance SaaS-based business. It was a really great marriage of people, products, and teams, but the timing was really important. In 2020, our business just took off like a rocket ship with what we saw in U.S. companies was women and people of color laid off at massively disproportionate rates to, say, their white male counterparts. And we saw the Black Lives Matter movement rise up in our streets and protest against this inequality. And so diversity was really the height of awareness. We had a newfound awareness for a product like ours, and we were able to ride that momentum. We adopted new customers at a really high rate, and that's when Circa came to us with the vision of bringing it all together. So unfortunately, I would say after that, I think it kind of peaked, and since then we've seen that kind of die out a little bit. Diversity is still very important. I think you see it pop up every year in like the top 3 things that talent acquisition and HR departments are thinking about, but it doesn't seem like it's as hot as it was because of the awareness that was brought back then, unfortunately.
You mentioned a minute ago, Brad, programmatic and the work that you did at Diversity Jobs. Anybody that is a regular, listener of this show knows about College Recruiter, knows that that's a big area of emphasis for us. And then also for the last year and a half, shortly after you joined us, also global. Maybe you can talk with the viewers about like why College Recruiter went global, where you see that going, why we're so heavily invested in programmatic, and where you see that going.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Let me first say that early career hiring, students and recent grad hiring is really growing in importance because employers are absolutely recognizing the need to recruit the future of their workplaces, right? We see that 1 in 4, 1 in 5 employees is the baby boomer generation that at some point in the next 10 years will be eligible for retirement. Whether or not anyone can afford to retire is a different podcast, but it's coming. And so that shift in workplace dynamics will ultimately be filled by the future of what's Gen Z, the most highly diverse, the most well-educated, the most tech-savvy generation we've ever seen. So all that together really means that generation has the power to transform businesses. So that's the why employers really need to get early career hiring right. The reason College Recruiter adopted more of a programmatic approach is we know, according to Appcast and others who produce research, that the average active job seeker is using 10, 11, 12 different sources to find their next job. So their on-campus career service office might be one source, maybe Indeed is another, but a programmatic approach allows us to reach candidates all the different places on campus and off campus that they're looking for work. And that's really important, right? Reaching candidates where they're comfortable looking for jobs. But secondly, there's a really big quality component here. Programmatic allows us to pick and choose which sources produce the best results for our customers by monitoring the rate at which like clicks we buy convert to applicants, interviews, hires down funnel. And so programmatic is able to pick and choose based on quality metrics, which is really important. That's kind of the gist of it.
Hi, this is Stacey Harris.
And this is Terry Zipper, and we're the host of the 2 podcasts under the HR Huddle.
On Spilling the Tea on HR Tech, we uncover the latest trends, truths, and challenges from Sapient Insight Group's groundbreaking research and our analyst insights, serving up everything you need to know about HR tech with no sugarcoating.
And on HR We Have a Problem, we tackle the toughest workplace challenges head on, offering you expert advice and actionable solutions to help HR leaders thrive in today's fast-changing world. Whether you want the scoop on tech or tools to solve people problems, we've got you covered.
Take a listen and subscribe. If you want to become part of our community, we'd love to see you.
Okay, well, programmatic is huge in the States, not so much in Europe, although it's growing there. And it's growing much more slowly in Asia, Africa, Middle East, et cetera. But it'll take over time. The crux of the question was, what can job boards do to move the industry forward? I'm not even sure what Stephen meant by that, but he's a visionary, or so he claims. So we're going to let you answer that first, since you work for him, and one
No.
presumes you've heard his vision.
We work with each other. He does not report to me, and he's very happy about that.
Okay.
So I'll start us off, and then you can fill in for me, Stephen. What can job boards do to move the industry forward? I think we can absolutely work together much better and create transparency around data sharing. That's sharing of conversion data, which clicks we acquire ultimately turn to applicants for our customers. That would be big, right? Through server to server integration or pixel placements, but being open to share that kind of data and share customer goals. Do they have cost per apply goals or conversion goals that we can work together for? Secondly, this is really big right now, but we absolutely need to work together to root out poorly performing sources, particularly those with high fraud, high spam, high bots, right? This is really growing in importance with AI models out there. There's entire farms set up that can deliver bot clicks or bot applicants. If we work together to root that out, it's gonna be like the rising tide lifting all boats, right? Work together to create the best job seeker journey. It's not great if you click on a job, whether you're on a job site or social media or something else, and you go through 2, 3, 4, 5 different sites, redirects before you get to the ultimate job application. So if we can clean that up while everyone still gets their fair share, I think we develop a lot better name for ourselves. So that's probably a good start. Stephen, why don't you help me out?
Yeah, no, I agree. I personally, I don't see any issue, and I think I'm a little bit biased here, but with a true redirect, candidate sees a job on job board A, clicks apply, instantly redirected, and it's invisible to them that they're going through job board B, then job board C, and then they land on the employer's site to apply. I don't think that's a problem, because to the candidate, it's invisible. Right. Where I think there's a big problem in the industry, like you were saying, Brad, has a need to really improve, is candidate has to register on A, then register on B, then register on C, and then apply on D. Absolutely. That's an awful experience. And I think the industry needs to do a better job of remembering we have two different customer groups. We have the employers that by and large generate our revenues, and also the candidates that we need to treat as customers. And you would never treat a customer like that if you ran a restaurant or a retailer.
You'd be surprised nowadays, but
well, yeah. I think we have time for one more quick question or comment, Peter, if you'd like.
Is there one specific thing you would like to do at College Recruiter / with College Recruiter to improve the experience for the employers and the job seekers, especially perhaps eliminating the black hole in some way?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a couple of different black holes. So you're talking about you submit an application and never hear anything?
That's one of the black holes. That's the primary black hole.
Yeah, that's one of them. Well, I think quality is a big piece to this, and this is where programmatic can really help, especially as we expand internationally. We're in a unique position because most early career sources operate exclusively in the U.S., at least those that we compete against, that tailored their services more to students and graduates at universities in the U.S. But as we expand internationally, we're really at the forefront of being able to produce a much more quality experience for the job seeker. And that means the employer is going to get a lot better quality applicant to help cut down on that black hole that we're seeing, right? The more qualified applicants you get that you want to move down funnel, the better experience for everybody. So we're trying to clean a lot of that up. And a lot of it's the partner network that we develop. A lot of it's keeping an eye on programmatically conversion rates and optimizing to the best quality sources as well.
Awesome.
Sounds fair. We are out of time, as the saying goes. So, Mr. Rothberg, glad you have recovered from your little episode. Mr. Boggs, enjoy the desert Southwest.
You as
And
well.
I shall head home to the humid Southeast tonight on a red eye. Well, thank you guys very much, and catch you next time.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, Brad.
Thank you. Bye-bye.